Hey, my beautiful bitches, it's me, Fiona St. James, and welcome to another episode of Fiona's Coffee Talks. And as always, I like to start off every morning with a hot, black, fresh cup of coffee. Hold the cream! I'd love to. And of course, I think of my favorite quote of the century every morning when I have my coffee in my new favorite coffee mug, which, of course, is the logo to my channel. But the quote that I think of is by Oscar Wilde, which is, "Life is too important to be taken seriously." So lighten up, folks, because you know what? In a minute, it all ain't gonna matter anyway. So, speaking of not taking things too seriously, today's topic of conversation is, we're gonna call it like modern technology. And by that, I guess that I'm referring to is the fact that I kind of feel like in this day and age, we rely so much on that. The simplest of things, specifically Alexa. Love me some Alexa. I have my Alexa Echo Dot, and I specifically use her for music. You know, have her connected to my Bose system, and you know, you want to have music playing. But I just kind of find like so many people use her for everything, you know, and it's to the point where like, have we become that lazy as a society that we need to rely on her for everything? You know, every morning I like to put on my New York One, weather on the ones, and I, you know, like to hear the weather that way. But I know that people will ask her, you know, what's the weather like? Okay, I can even understand that. But then, like, you know, wouldn't it be funny if she actually answered you like in a sarcastic way? Like, you know, like if you said to her, "Alexa, is it raining outside?" And if she said, "Why don't you get off your fat, lazy ass and look out the window?" Because something like that. It's like there's so many things that I think people ask her where you can like find out the answer yourself. Or like asking her, "What time is it?" Well, most people have cable boxes or a cell phone or a watch. I mean, have we become that lazy that we can't even like look to see ourselves what time it is? And there's so many other little examples like that that just, to me, are rather comical. And it just sort of solidifies the fact that, you know, a lot of people have become dependent and complacent with things and kind of lazy, frankly, you know. Or the other part of modern technology that makes me laugh are a lot of these apps. You know, you see apps for everything. And some of these apps, I'm like, how does that work? Like, there's one in particular, you know, you always see like when they do these commercials for bed bugs and they're like the bed bug app. I wonder what would a bed bug app do? Like, okay, so you install it, then you have an app on your phone, and what? Is it going to like look at your bed and tell you if you have bed bugs? Like, you know, is it going to scan something, or is it, I don't know, maybe it's just going to tell you like what to do if you have them. I don't know, but it just seems so far-fetched. Or, you know, a lot of these exercise apps. Okay, I get that people, you know, you want to record your progress, or, you know, record, or, you know, the exercises you've done, or, you know, if it's something where you want to like count calories and like plug all of that in. Like, I kind of get that, but the end result is, you know, if you're really, disciplined with going to the gym or watching what you eat, how much of that do you really need to write down? I get it. And, you know, I get to the one degree that it does sort of, you know, seeing it on paper and seeing your progression is great. But again, like I was at the gym today, and, you know, I spoke about this in a video that I've yet to post on gym etiquette, and where so many people are at the gym on their phones, you know, usually on Grindr or Scruff, mind you. Even when they're in the steam room, they're on their phones. But even if they're at the gym, you know, and chronicling what they've done, or, you know, writing down the exercises, I can almost understand that. But, you know, old school days, you would see people like with a notebook and pen and writing that down. I kind of get that. I've never subscribed to that, and that's not even so much being lazy. But again, I wonder, like, you know, once all is said and done, you're writing this down on this app, and then what, you know, what is the true benefit from it? So I kind of feel like there's an app for any and everything you can think of. And I wonder how many of them really make a difference, or how much of that is, maybe psychologically the difference that it makes is by having that, it gives you comfort in whatever the app is. So I don't know, the whole thing just seems rather funny, for lack of a better term, or some of them just seem a little bit like, wow, I wonder like really what the point of that is. So anywho, that's my 2 cents on that. And and getting back to Alexa, it's like, could you imagine if you were like, Alexa, what should I wear today? I mean, are we going to get to that point? Or Alexa, what's my color for the day? I mean, it almost becomes ridiculous, or it can become ridiculous if you take it to that point. I like listening to my music, I don't even know if I've ever asked her like what the weather is, or, I know one friend of mine who's always like, what's happening in the news today? And she gives you like, the current news for the day. That I can kind of understand, because if you're on the go and getting ready and, you don't really have time I guess you don't have time to turn on your TV and even have it in the background. But, I would almost rather do that and be running around the house and hearing what the news is that's going on. But anyway, that makes all of us the unique individuals that we are. So more power to all of you who rely on modern technology to that degree. That's not necessarily me, but I've said it time and time again. I'm an old school bitch, and, I don't even use my phone to like write to keep my schedule. I still have one of those week at a glance, because I need to like physically look at it that way and know, okay, this is what I have to do this week. And it's just easier for me to like cross things out or plot things in, as it were. So what are your thoughts, guys? Leave me your thoughts. You think it's too much? It's just right? Do you utilize these as much as Alexa and or apps as much as other people that you may or may not know? Or is the whole thing just sort of perfect the way it is, and, to each his own, I've always said. So that's my 2 cents on that. As always, thank you so much for tuning in and letting me say what I got to say. Love you guys. Thanks for subscribing and listening, and I will see you again soon. Bye.